Now, let me tell you first what is Futkar technology. Futkar technology is a method of buying and selling academic publications in dissected piecemeal way. Instead of selling whole book, individual chapters can be sold piece by piece. So are the research papers from journals, case studies, etc. for management education and training. The method is not new and is very common to what is done for sale of everyday items like vegetables, grocery, milk, etc. in small quantities to widely scattered small customers in a large country like India. The computer and internet technology enables this method to be used for buying and selling management and other literature at doorstep in very short time, convenient sizes and affordable price through customer-centric pricing using Gandhian philosophy of decentralized manufacturing and consumption. Some technical aspect of using Futkar technology. Number 1. In what form the literature is sold? The literature is sold in soft copy PDF format. However, the user or customer can print it in the size of his or her choice at home or get it printed in a neighborhood cyber cafe, printing and xeroxing shop or office. Next, how the literature is bought and sold. The academic material under this method is bought and sold online. The whole process completes within 5 to 30 minutes of order placed and payment made. The user then downloads the soft copy on the device, that is desktop, laptop or mobile of his or her choice. There are 9 distinct advantages of Futkar technology that came to my mind. Number 1. It is simple, easy to understand and use, flexible, and low cost and price. Number 2. One can peruse key aspects before buying any book. Number 3. It allows buying only what one wants to read in a book and not the rest, and thus save on cost. Number 4 is very important. It helps in development of customized program material for MBA courses and management development programs, even from bed and hospital. Number 5, it can supplement MBA courses and MDP program material with field-based cases from Indian context. Number 6, one can conduct classes using ME, that is mobile enabled learning, without use of printed material in MBA courses and MDPs. Number 7, it dramatically increases convenience and reduces cost of course material for different programs and courses. It is almost to half. Number 8, it can help taking management education to doorsteps of managers in every nook and corner of the country as vast as India. And last but not the least, it is one of the most powerful tools for sustained faculty development at senior level. Futkar technology is a low-cost, customer-centric, affordable, accessible, flexible, rich because inputs can be drawn from a variety of sources, and high certainty of timely delivery of material. It can be taken direct to classroom for discussion. It helps in a spontaneous lecture, short case 1 to 4 pages discussion using mobile enabled learning method by asking people to download and read the case then and there on their mobile. 3. It allows extension of case discussion and lecture by spontaneous add-ons. And 4. It helps in administration of surprise quizzes and tests. Then it helps in preparing course material and management development program material in book form. The book form could be perfect or it can be spiral binding. In spiral binding also there are 2 types. First, one-shot spiral binding, then additive spiral binding, in which initially some material is given, then as the discussion in the class and program develops, additional materials can be given from time to time. It allows people to bring the latest material also on the spot in the classroom discussion and still have binding. Interestingly, whether it is spiral binding one shot or additive, both can be converted into perfect binding book also.
Additive spiral binding can be a boon to the participants of any program if they are trained to download reading material from any source with or without seeking copyright permission as per the rules, and add it to the spiral bound reading material already given to them anytime during a course or a training program.
Next, Futkar technology can take the education through appropriate course material direct to home at every nook and corner of the country to help working managers in their self-study. Now, the discussion on direct to classroom for teaching and training and direct to home may be obvious to most of you, and I don't need to dwell upon this too much, but you may like to see towards the end what is the economics and versatility of it. But I would like to go now for preparing course material in book form.
to the most important part of my presentation, how to buy and sell management literature, that is, chapters of textbooks, research papers in journals, and case studies piece by piece. First, I'll discuss the process of buying and later the process of selling.
I may mention here that since I have authority to freely describe my works, I am taking illustrations for how to buy my works on strategic management through Futkar technology. But it can equally apply to others' works also if they wish to sell using Futkar technology. Now I am going to tell you how can you buy the material using Futkar technology. For that, you first go to internet and type EK HAIKK .in and enter. You will get a menu like this. When you get a menu like this, you go to Futkar or loose sales of strategic management menu and open this. You'll find several items appear, which were nothing but advantages of Futkar technology. Now you go to buy only what you want to read. Now here you'll get a list of all the works which have been uploaded. These works are all mine works, and they have been classified into 3 different parts. 1, textbook chapters. 2, short cases. Then you have another one which has all the cases including those short cases. Then we have research papers from 1990 to 2017 developments in India, economic developments. Now if you want to buy for designing, I am taking an example of how to design a strategic management course of 15 hours. So I go only for buying chapters and short cases. When I open this, I have these chapters. I find I must pick up this chapter. If I click there, it will ask for a password. The chapter number 2 is T2, and you can quickly get the password. If you take the password T2 9VPD, then you can open it 9VPD and the chapter opens. Now you can download this chapter wherever you want, and you can create a new file also, a new folder also. For example, I can create a new folder here. This is a new chapter that a new folder that I opened, and I can say it's chapter number 2. It already exists, so I don't need to. like this, you can keep on buying chapters or write-ups or cases. For each one, you have to get password which is to be bought. Now, how it is bought? You have to go back to the original menu, and when you say proceed, you say make payment of the amount at a rate of INR 20 per code number. So if you have selected 5 code numbers, then you have to pay 100 rupees. And these are the modes of payment. You can pay through UPIs, you can pay through Paytm or internet banking, or through State Bank or Axis Bank. Then you proceed further and send by SMS or email the code numbers of the items you have bought. Now I will have received payment and I can share the code word. So I'll reply by SMS or email, and you can do it. I have made one more provision, that is, in case of urgency, you can contact me on phone also, and I'll be able to give the password of those codes on phone also. You also have freedom to buy all the passwords. All the passwords. There are in all 172 passwords. Now, one thing I have done, this code are RP172 or RP120 or TCM114 or C105 or T1, T2. For asking me, you have to give code number, but even if you forget to tell the alphabet, just give the number. I've arranged them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you say number 2 or number 5 or number 135, I shall be able to locate that number. Number C25, I can give you. You can cut short this entire thing by buying all the passwords at a flat rate of rupees 1000, which comes to almost 5 rupees per code password. Now, these are the files which we have taken as a sample files which have been bought and downloaded. Now, 13S and 14S are cases, and T3 and T4 are chapters of the book. So, if I open this chapter, it asks for password. T3 password is 20BXP. So you type here 20BXP and the file is open. Now I am using Adobe Acrobat Pro DC software, which has an option of combining the file here. So I press this and it says add open file. Yes, I take this, add file. Then I say further files to be added. Yes, add files. From where? From T4. T4 password is 2EYW. So I type 2EYW. This file also open. Then it says another file. I say yes. It says which one? I say 13S. When I ask for 13S, it asks for password, which is 4UDA. 4UDA. Please remember, all the files have password which are 4-digit. First two are numbers and next three are alphabets. Then I go for one more file to be opened, 14S. When I say open, it asks for password, and that is 39VQL. 39VQL. This also opens. Now, having done this, I give the command here. Are you able to see? Command combine. And it quickly combines all the chapters that you have selected and stored here. Having done this, you can save it in a single. Now, after opening these files, I just go and save it as a single file. In the same folder, I give the file name course material, and it saves. Now, just to show you, it has this, which will have 50 pages, which has all the material that you have. Now, having done it, you have to print it in a booklet form so that you can straight away print and make a book. So you just go here, go to print option. Now, in this print option, you select booklet. Select the option both sides. Select all pages. And then you go to properties and say layout. Pages per sheet, 2 pages per sheet. And now if you can see, all these are 2 pages per sheet from beginning to the end. Now if you fold it, all these pages are running. So this page and this page are consecutive. When you turn the page, next 2 pages are consecutive. And thus you can have complete 50 pages material printed in one go and finish the job of printing the entire course material master copy. Now I'll tell you how to make this printed material in booklet form. Cut it into pieces for spiral binding. First you fold it like this in 2 parts. Then just take this knife, which is available in every stationery shop of the country, and have a hard cut like this. this material gets divided into two parts. Okay? Like this, you can convert the entire booklet into two pieces. Once you finish that, then you are ready for binding, whether it is spiral binding or proper straddle binding or hardcover. Now, having cut the material into two pieces for making holes for spiral binding, you have to put it in the slot for spiral binding. After putting it, just press this handle like this, little hard. And you'll find the holes made in this. Okay? Like that, you have to complete making holes in all the sheets of the course material before you can put a spiral binding. Okay? Like this. Okay? Depending upon how well the holes have been made, the exercise will be very simple or very, very difficult. If you have made the holes properly, it's just slipping. And if you have not done so, it can be a Herculean task. For the purpose of guiding, what I have done is, I have just put these jigs, that is matchsticks, which do not allow holes to be moved from their position.
Indeed, after cutting the sheets in the middle and stacking all the paper sequentially and stapling it, you are ready to make a perfect book. Now take the cover, apply adhesive in the middle, in the cover, inside of the cover, and then paste it on this stacked paper, and you are ready with a perfect bound book. You can have customization by title of the program by adding a page. You can go to the extent of customizing it by pasting the photograph of every participant on his book. You can have perfect bound glossy cover book, or you can have perfect bound matte finish cover. But that is outside the purview of this presentation and can be discussed at a later time.
I may add here a small piece of information. The whole exercise of making the course material in book form can be completed in just one day. Remember, I'm saying just one day, if you have Futkar technology material on website. Even if you want 20 copies, you can give the formatted material to a printer in Lucknow or any other major city, and in 2 days' time he'll supply 20 copies. Why you have spiral, polycopy kind of course material for the participants? Why can't you give a nice book? Or a spiral bound book which can be cut from here and bound like a perfect.
It may be useful to add another point here. While most of you'll be using your own material for which you'll have soft copy and you can reformat to make it in book form. You can draw upon from various other sources, reformat and make a book. But sometimes you may land up with difficulties of permission being given in a hard copy only. And you don't have any option to reformat. In that case, also it is possible to accommodate such exceptional situations in reducing the size of the volume. What can be done is you print it in normal form and then you make hole on the top of the page of A4 size and cut a strip of ½ inch from the bottom and fold it in the middle, leaving the holes open. That much space should be given. Once you do that, then like this, then you can fold it and you can put it along with other material. It's an exception, since normally you are using authorized copy for all the participants and you are paying for it. You are normally well within your rights to modify the soft copy, keeping the acknowledgement desired by the publishers intact. The rest of the thing you can modify to accommodate in your format and thus make a single book. My submission is it's always better to have a high quality course material, if possible in book form. Now, 25-30 years ago, when we started our career in management education, these things were not available. At that time, we used cyclo-style material. Even Xeroxing was not available. But today, when every nook and corner, you have Xeroxing shops, and they are able to Xerox not only the print, not only the material at a highly reduced rate, concessional rate, but they are also able to design cover for you. And therefore, my dear friends, it is time that we go for making books of course material ourselves selectively, reducing the number of pages as much as we can, reducing the cost to almost half, reducing the consumption of paper to half, reducing the import of ink to almost half. And this may lead to a big figure for a single institution with 500 MBA students. The figure may run into lakhs of rupees, if not crores. You can contribute to the economics of the institute, the economics of the program, reduce the burden on the customer, reduce the burden on the sponsoring institution, and give high quality material customized for every user. Indeed, I go to the extent, and I can demonstrate to you, it is not very difficult, that you can customize material for every participant with his photograph if he is willing to give. Thank you very much, and see you some other time.